Hi friends and welcome to another video of Just Being Honest. Just a few weeks back, I actually went on the cruise by Royal Caribbean, and the cruise that I went on was the ship called Spectrum of the Sea. So in today's video, I will give you some of the tips and reviews regarding the cruise that I went and what are the things that you can actually take note of if you are planning to go on a cruise so that it will help you to have a better experience when you are going for the cruise itself. So for my cruise, I actually bought it via Klook. So if you want to buy your cruise ticket, you can actually buy it via Klook through Shopback to get cashback. And the experience of buying the cruise bookings via Klook is actually quite straightforward as well. So essentially within Klook, you will search for cruise and then you will select the Royal Caribbean and then Spectrum of the Sea, and then you will select the option. So here you will need to decide which package option that you want to go for, and then the itinerary, whether is it go for just Penang alone, or is it go for Malaysia and Thailand, or is it Malaysia and Thailand getaway, and then you choose your duration, and then you choose your cabin type, and then how many people are going for it. What I did is after researching the rooms that I wanted to go on and then deciding on the itinerary. So the one that I actually picked on was the 4 night Port Klang and Penang cruise. So for the itinerary itself that I went, firstly on the first day it was at Singapore. Second day we reached Port Klang, and then you'll be at Malaysia Port Klang from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Then on the third day we reached Penang, Malaysia, and then we were there from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then on the third day we were cruising at the sea, and then on the fifth day, which is the last day, then we arrived back at Singapore at 7 a.m. So this is the itinerary that we went on, and so far, what we did was that we didn't actually disembark at Port Klang. We only left the cruise for Penang because we felt that it wasn't worth it to be exploring KL, and we will prefer to explore Penang since it's a place that I've never been before. Before we make the purchase on Klook, so we're actually deciding which room to or which cabin to go for. So there was the interior room, there was the ocean view, there's the balcony, and there's also the suite. So obviously the interior one is the cheapest, followed by ocean view. Then third would be balcony, and the most expensive one would be the suite. So eventually, me and my mom, we ended up choosing a balcony. So even though there's the balcony is the expensive one, there's also a differentiation between the balcony that is unblocked view and the balcony that is obstructed view. Actually, instead of choosing the balcony view, based on the experience that we went through, we realized that we didn't spend most of the time within the cabin room itself or the stage room. So it might actually make more sense to choose either the ocean view or the interior room if you want to save money on the accommodation so that you can spend more on save the money of it. After making your bookings on Klook and then making the purchase, you also will want to be downloading the Royal Caribbean app. So this app is very important because this will allow you to do quite a lot of stuff. So for this app, after you download it, you can use it to do your check-in. You can get on board faster. You can also scan your passport, take your security photo, and then it will help you to do all the check-in for the cruise itself. And then you also need the app to make your booking of whatever activities or shows or performance that you want to enjoy. And then you also has a calendar within the app itself that will tell you what are the appointments or schedule that you have ahead for you. And then lastly, you also tell you what are the activities that's on board so that you can add it to your calendar, or you can remove it from your calendar based on whether you want to attend it or not. So this is a very useful app because it essentially tells you everything that's going on board on the cruise and what you need to take note of. For the cruise itself, you definitely want to take note what are the activities that you can attend. So there's quite a variety of activities and shows that's available on the Spectrum of the Sea cruise. And for me personally, you can actually make the reservation on the app itself. Most of them, I believe, are free. And then you can actually see what activities that you want to join based on the timing that is shown within the app. So within the app itself, it will tell you what is the activities that's going on, at what time, at what day, and at what place within the cruise ship itself. So you feel that if let's say you want to attend the activity, and then you can just click on the app and then add it to your calendar, and then it's scheduled for you. Some of the activities that most people actually enjoy or will want to attend is actually the flow rider. So what I heard from one of the person who also attended the cruise was that she mentioned that she basically queue up continuously for the flow rider, because in Singapore, if you were to do it at Sentosa, you only can attend it for 1 hour. But for this flow rider, it basically is sort of free or complimentary, and then you can continuously go non-stop. You just have to queue up. So that's what she enjoyed. Uh, why she wanted to join this cruise ship is because you get to enjoy this flow rider. Then there's also a lot of activities like there's a bumper car, there's also basketball, soccer, there's also table tennis, then there's also bow and arrow. Then you also have activities like game show. Some activities is where the cruise staff will be organizing activities for the guests to enjoy or play. There's also performance. There's also movies for you to watch as well. So there's quite a lot of activities from the young all the way to the old. Then obviously there's the casino where eventually during the night it gets very crowded, because once the kids are back in their room sleeping, then probably the parents will be out playing at the casino. We also have the record by iFly, and I mean if you were to do it on Singapore, you have to pay. But for this one, I mean it depends on the vacancy. So if there's nobody, then obviously you can just keep on playing. Once you are on the cruise, most likely you may be a bit lost or disoriented about where are the locations of the various place that you need to go. So is one of the tips that I can give you is that once you're on board on the ship, you will want to take picture of the directory that is shown at the various lift landings area, so that it can basically give you a full picture of where are the places and is at which level. So it makes it very easy for you to figure your directions of where is the place and at which floor. So the casino is at the third floor, and then the eating area is also at the third floor, and then the fifth floor you also have some eating areas and also some of the food specialty shops as well. Then from the sixth to 10th floor is mostly the states room, and then from 13th floor from 14th floor onwards to 15th floor, that's where you have your food, your swimming pool, your sports area, your arcade, and then you also have your buffet areas, and then you also have your pizza shops and stuff like that. So you can take a picture at the lift landing areas of this floor directory, which will help you a lot. Some of the things that you will actually need to take note of is that you can actually purchase add-on stuff for your cruise. So one of them is called the shore excursion, where you pay for activities where you disembark the cruise and then you go off to these countries to check out what the activities they have to offer. And then you also have beverage packages. So if somebody who likes to drink a lot, then you can buy this beverage package. And then there's also dining packages. So do take note that you also do get meals complimentary on the cruise ship. But if you want to try something special or more unique and you don't want to be eating those as complimentary, then you can buy this dining package to enjoy the restaurant's food on the cruise ship itself. And then lastly, you also have the internet package where you will most likely need it, because if you don't have internet, then it's also possible as well, but I mean, most likely people will always get the internet package. So this is how the cruise ship actually makes the money from selling these extra cruise essentials. So for the internet package, you can actually take note that there's two types of internet package. One is the surf, and the other one is the surf plus stream. So personally, what I took was the surf plus stream, because I mean the surf you only get internet browsing experience, but you are unable to do things like video chat. You can't stream movies, videos, TV shows. You can't do live streaming, or you can't post on social media. So no point getting just a browsing experience, where you should just top up and then get the full internet access. So for the shore excursions, there's quite a lot of it. So the ones that I paid for was the Penang, Taste of Penang, where we actually went to a few so-called factory outlets of eating at the hawker center. We went to a house that sold coffee powders, and then we also went to check out some local Penang delicacies. Then for the beverage package, there's quite a few you can actually choose, Whether if you're more alcoholic, then you can choose the alcoholic stuff, or if you're not someone who's alcoholic but you like to drink soft drinks and stuff, then there's this refreshment package. And then there's also the classic soda package or just a water package itself. Then for the food specialty dining package, then you can decide whether if you want to eat something special on top of the cruise so that you do not have to be queuing up, because the ones that usually have to queue is obviously those that is complimentary, which is at the dining room, and the other one is Windjammer. So there are three places that you can take off to get free food: Windjammer, the dining room, and also the Cafe 270. This is the internet package that I bought. So obviously, they will actually be sending out emails to you after you have bought your cruise package, whether you want to buy this add-on stuff. So the earlier you book your cruise, the cheaper that this internet package will actually be, because it will actually get more expensive over time as you get closer to the departure date. So I bought this Surf Plus Stream for two devices. Then my total was 224. The other one I bought was the Taste of Penang for two-person, and total I paid was $889. Then these are some of the pictures taken at the places that we visited on Penang. So this is one of the so-called international hawker center. So there's quite a lot of food choices for you to eat from different countries, and the ones that I ate there was obviously the Penang Char Kway Teow. Then this is the view of the obstructed sea view. So I mean, since we actually didn't spend much time within the room, and we were actually out and about within the cruise ship itself, so I mean, we were okay with having this obstructed view. Obviously, if you want a better view, then you will go to the higher floor of the cruise and then take nicer pictures there. And then this is the pictures of the casino. So do note, for the casino itself, it will only operate when the cruise is actually sailing in the sea. So if the casino is actually docked at the country itself, then they will not be operating. So another tip that I'd like to share is that you will actually want to check in early for your cruise, because the earlier you check in, the higher chance that you can actually book some of the activities, which some may have a limited slots. So it's always good to check in early so that you can actually book some of the performance or the food reservations, because some of these can only be done through the Royal Caribbean app, and it requires the Royal Caribbean Wi-Fi in order for you to do so. So that's why it's best to check in early. And then once you check in early, obviously you can go and eat the complimentary food. You can go and enjoy the activities, and you can basically start uh, enjoying the cruise facilities and activities while there's still not so many people yet. Because obviously the later you check in, then there'll be more people on board the cruise. So it's always good to check in early. Then for checkout, we actually check out quite early at 7 a.m. So if you were to be so-called hand carry your own luggages out of the cruise ship, then obviously your checkout will be much faster. Otherwise, if you were to have your luggage being carried out for you by the cruise staff, then you will be checking out much later, which means more crowd and more jam. So these are some of the things to take note of for if you are going to be going on a cruise soon. So hopefully through this video, you have learned something new, and hopefully it will help you in your next cruise excursion. Today's quote of the day is taken from here: "You don't take a photograph, you make it." And that's all for today's video. Have a good day ahead, and bye bye.